Good day to you. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, my YouTube channel. I am really excited about this one because today I'm talking about My Chemical Romance. I watched the video for, you know that song, I'm Not Okay, I Promise. I didn't really know it that well before, and something about it is just really connecting with me at the moment. I love it. I think it's so awesome. Okay, let's just talk about emo for a second. My Chemical Romance's general style has been categorized as alternative rock, pop punk, punk rock, emo pop, hard rock, hardcore punk, gothic rock, pop rock, arena rock, glam rock, heavy metal, and most controversially, emo. But they describe themselves as rock. The emo subculture is stereotypically associated with the socially oppressed, sensitivity, misanthropy, introversion, and angst, as well as depression, self-harm. But I always thought it was, you know, it was just a brilliant movement for belonging. I was too old for it when it happened. I mean, I think most people form their musical allegiances when they're about 14. So, I mean, when I was 14, emo, I wasn't even aware of the word, I don't think, and I was just, people used to call me a greb. I was part of the grebs. We were grebs. We just listened to rock music and, you know, wore beer advertisement t-shirts and peaked caps. Just liked that kind of rock, you know. Its quick rise in popularity in the early 2000s inspired a backlash, with bands such as My Chemical Romance and Panic at the Disco rejecting the emo label because of the social stigma and the controversy surrounding it. Or, you know, or probably just because bands don't really like being pigeonholed. They just don't like it. You know, they're just creative entities and they're just doing their thing. I really love this song. So I'm going to do my theme tune and then we'll have a little listen to it and celebrate it together. What do you think? Good idea? Yeah. Justin Hawkins rides again. Right. I can't sing with a tie on. I just can't do it. Anything at the neck is quite restrictive. I really respect people who can, you know, belt it out with something like, just, it's too difficult for me. Gerard Way has publicly rejected the term emo, describing the genre as fucking garbage. However, Way has reportedly also described the band's style as, what else you got, emo? He says, we love bands like Queen, you can hear that in their music, where it's huge and majestic, but also bands like Black Flag and the Misfits, who would go absolutely crazy. Weirdly, I've been in the studio with, I didn't do anything in the studio, just happened to be in there. They were working with Rob Cavallo on something, probably a follow-up to the one about the parades. It was around about the same time. I was working with Rob Cavallo on other stuff, and I just happened to be there, and they were there. I really liked them. Nice people, actually. Lovely boys. Lovely boys. Lovely boys. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at this song. Why is it good? Why do you reckon it's good? Is it good?
You like D&D, Audrey Hepburn, Fangoria, Harry Houdini, and croquet.
It's in D.
Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say.
There's two guitar parts in there. One of them's chugging along. And then there's another guy doing like a dim, 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 dim. Listen.
Wanted honesty, that's all you had to say.
And it reminds me of The Pretenders, something like that. It's just classic 80s songwriting.
Never want to let you down or have you go. It's better off this way.
It's really cool. It's just so intense. It goes from D to the relative minor B. And it's E minor, I think.
For all the dirty looks, the photographs your boyfriend took.
And then it goes to A major and back to the beginning.
I'm not okay. I'm not.
I love this song. It's so good. It's so powerful, and it's got really brilliant counter lines going on. Both the guitarists are doing interesting stuff in their own right. It's produced really well. This is actually produced by Howard Benson. And obviously they went on to work with Rob Cavallo, who was the guy who produced American Idiot. That's one of the really great sounding sort of, you know, punk rock, the punk rock sound that Rob Cavallo achieved with that record. It was him and I think it was, who mixed it again? Chris Lord-Alge, I think. I don't know who mixed this, but Howard Benson produced it. And he's done a fucking great job. This is awesome. Timeless classic, isn't it? It's a classic. Doesn't matter if you like emo or not. This is a brilliant song. Why wasn't I more into it at the time? I think I was just busy with my head stuck up my ass. You know? I never disliked it. I just didn't pay it any attention. It's my loss. It's my loss, and now I'm going to make up for it. There's so much energy and intensity in this performance. It's great.
What will it take to show you that it's not the life it seems?
Okay, so there's two guitar parts. One of them is sort of the bass, and one of the guitars is just covering the chords, which goes from D to B minor to E minor to A major, I think. And then there's another one doing an ostinato or a riff. I'm not quite sure what the distinction is, actually. Somebody asked me that the other day, but wasn't sure how to answer it. I think ostinato is the language of the arranger, and a riff is something that guitarists say. But maybe it's the same thing, I'm not really sure. So there's a sort of riff that goes... I don't even know if that guy's actually covering the root stuff, but it's definitely like a recurring motif that stays the same as the chords change around it. So it's an ostinato, but my favourite. And you know what? It's one of the best ostinatos you're going to hear in this in rock. Really, I really think this is a great song. I'm going to start wearing more black stuff, I think. Some great acting in it too. Proper Queen harmonised guitars. Played with like that little bit of finesse, that like yeah, it's, you know, like I think there was a tendency in the 90s and mid to late 90s especially, when like guitarists were like they would sort of refuse to put any kind of you know, expressive vibrato or anything like that in there, because it just made them seem like they were too much into rock. But this guy here is not giving a fuck. He's properly, you can hear the in the technique that he's been listening to Brian May and probably all those guys, actually, a lot of the 80s guys, and it's a harmonized guitar solo. It's great. Halftime bit. This is brilliant.
Trust me.
That's an awesome dropout. I mean, yeah, it's emo, and they're definitely saying the stuff that you'd expect an emo song to say, but they're not saying it in that po-faced way that can make emo a little bit, you know, tiresome and tedious. It's actually fun, you know. I reckon they've got that thing where they're 1 foot on either side of the line all the time, right on the edge. You've got to love My Chemical Romance. I certainly do. That might surprise some of you, but look, I found this in my wardrobe, so I must be a little bit emo at least. Justin Hawkins rides again. No, I wouldn't describe them as emo. That's just a proper rock band. Again. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and never be afraid to express your emotions in the comment section below. Lots of love to you. See you on the ice.